Greetings Libra, and a warm welcome to your in-depth weekly festive forecast for week commencing the 25th of December for the Sun or the Ascendant. I hope you have a great Christmas. It begins on Christmas Day with the moon in your sister air sign of Gemini. So that's going to see you very upbeat and bubbly, but if you are hosting, a lovely link between the Sun and Saturn can make sure that you do so with great precision and efficiency. But also, if you enjoy cooking, Venus, your ruler, in a great link with Neptune, suggests that the subtlety in which you do all the preparation is likely to win lots of praise. Later on in the day, I think you're going to need some stimulation. So that might be a time to play those traditional games because you could find your attention span just dropping off a little bit as the day goes on. Now, Wednesday sees the full moon. And for you, the moon, therefore, in Cancer is very visible. So it makes it much more difficult to disguise how we feel. If you are talking to someone about your work or your home situation, the chances are you could really be very, very open about how you're feeling, because Jupiter, the planet which is very much to do with openness and enthusiasm, is angling brilliantly to the Sun. But this also can see you having conversations about where you live, assessing the property or rental market, or if you work from home and you're more entrepreneurial, that can also be a subject that really takes your fancy. But from the middle of the week onwards, the connection between the retreating Mercury and Mars, which becomes exact on Thursday, is going to see you feeling in the mood to have a lot more intense conversation. But the trouble is that they're squaring up with Neptune. And in fact, Mercury is going to be in a broad square with Neptune within 3 degrees right through to the 12th of January. And one of the influences of that aspect is that although you can have a lot of desire to interact and connect with others, there may be another part of you that just wants to lie down and go to sleep. So Neptune can be a dreamy and enervating influence, but it can also see some cross wires. And of course, with Mercury retrograde, the third house is siblings, it is neighbours. So if you are spending time with people like that, an issue perhaps to do with the amount of sacrifice that you feel you've made in recent years could be a topic of conversation, but it also could be the potential for some tension. Now, as the week draws to a close on Friday, your ruler Venus moves into Sagittarius too, joining up with Mercury and also with Mars. So the desire to connect and be more sociable is actually going to be increased for you. Earlier in the week, I think indulging in all the calorific goodies of the seasonal fare will be something that you will probably find very hard to resist. But as we get to the end of the year, the position of the moon is in your 12th house, and it goes into an opposition with Saturn and squares up. They both square up with your ruler Venus. So as much as you may want to have some companionable moments on New Year's Eve, and could do so and could have a lovely time, just be aware that something to do with how it always feels that you have to do all the running around or you have to do most of the preparation. So any resentment that's been simmering away in that kind of way may be hard to disguise, even with the diplomacy that Venus will give you in your sector of everyday communication. So if you decide that you're going to have a quiet night at home or just with your very closest companions and just reminisce about what the last year has meant and what your options are for your New Year's resolutions, do you know, I feel it wouldn't be a surprise if you decided to plump for that. But equally, you may decide to get stuck into the social whirl, but just be aware that something, because of the moon in the 12th house, could be said that you feel very sensitive about, and that may cause some kind of tension to creep into the situation. If you've yet to check out your in-depth 2024 deep dive video, please see the link beneath this video. Also, if you've yet to order your personal astrology forecast for next year based on your unique birth data, check out my special offer below, where you get 30% off plus your character analysis. No two charts are the same, but also you get your free zodiac, Indian and Chinese forecast for all 12 signs for the whole of year 2024, absolutely free of charge.